Hello, you all. It's Jreneejrenee, and I just wanted to get back on here to do a little update about the MaxTV glasses because when I posted the picture, a lot of people had questions in my DMs, in the comments, on all of my social media platforms. I wanted to get back on here and answer a few of those questions because I have a lot of followers who have low vision or legally blind, and when they see a device like this, their first question, I always forget that they're gonna wonder, can you drive with that? And the answer is no. This would be very, very difficult to drive with, and I'm gonna explain why. They also want to know what the difference is between these and BiOptics, so I'm gonna explain that as well. I was using these to watch at home I have a 32-inch TV. It's a small TV, and I realized that I have to be quite close to see it because it's so small, like as far as reading words on the screen. This helps me to be able to, I have to sit pretty close to the edge of my bed to see the TV right in front of me, whereas this TV that I'm looking at right now is a 65-inch TV, and I can be pretty far across the room to see most of the words, everything on the screen. So these, as far as using these to see a much larger screen, it does help me to see smaller details on like the people, their skin, the effects in the background of the show or whatever, you know, just smaller details that I probably wouldn't catch without the glasses on. However, I do have to sit much farther to be able to see the entire screen with these. So there's a lot of different factors as far as like what you're able to see, how to use it, and also like you can adjust I guess it's like you can adjust how close it is, just very, very little. Another thing I forgot to mention is that I use my contact lenses underneath the MaxTV glasses, so my vision is corrected to its best ability with my contact lenses. If you wear glasses to correct any like acuity issues, your refractive error issues, you're not going to be able to fit your glasses underneath this. There's just not enough space, but it will enlarge whatever you're able to see. Basically, if whatever you're able to see without your glasses or with contacts, you would be able to enlarge it even more. And everything is going to depend on your individual vision, what you're able to see, and like how this will work with your vision, basically. So, what is the difference between MaxTV glasses and BiOptics? So, BiOptic glasses are going to be a pair of glasses that either has no prescription in the lens or it has your regular glasses prescription in them if you wear glasses. And then there will be a little telescope mounted on top. There's different types of models of BiOptics available, some that have like the little round scope on them, or you could have two scopes. You could have one on both eyes. And then there's also one like the Accutech VES, which is like a bar, and it has a little window that on the other end. It's so difficult to explain because I don't have my BiOptic here. It has a little window with the scope that you look through. So basically how a BiOptic works is that you're going to be using your regular vision for most of what you see, or your corrected vision with glasses. Basically, your vision's gonna be the same as it usually is, but the scope is mounted on top of the glasses for you to be able to peek down into the scope to magnify whatever you're looking at briefly. I did have two BiOptic glasses. One was a pair that had my glasses prescription in them, and then the little scope mounted on top on my right eye. And I used that for school when I was I believe I had it in high school and college. I used it in school. I sat at the front of the classroom and I used it to see the instructor or see like what do you call those things? Those where they would write on the overhead, the overhead machine. I don't know if they still use those now, but I would use that to basically see everything that was going on in class that I couldn't see without it. About 11 years ago, I began wearing contact lenses, which I am wearing now. And I had another pair of BiOptics that did not have a prescription in the carrier lens. It was just a pair of regular glasses. No, the lenses were basically zero prescription. And on top of those glasses was a BiOptic Ocutech VES Sport mounted on the top. And I will put a picture for you guys to see what that looks like. These BiOptics I also used in the classroom, but I got them specifically for driving because low vision drivers who qualify may be able to use a BiOptic glasses for driving privileges in the states that allow low vision BiOptic driving. So this is, I believe, about 30 something states. It's not every state in the US. I don't know about other countries because I have a lot of followers from around the world who have low vision or legally blind. And I don't know what's allowed in your country. And each state that allows this has a slightly different requirement as far as like your acuity that you need to have, and then they also may have some types of restrictions for those drivers, or as an individual you may be recommended to have certain restrictions placed on your driving privileges, and that would be recommended by a low vision specialist who evaluates your vision and your ability to drive. I had my license in Indiana and I only drove a very brief amount of time before I decided I kind of really didn't need to drive. I thought it was going to make me like super independent, but for me, my vision is just borderline at the just at the very edge of what's eligible to drive. And although I could see, I was required to only drive when I always had to have a passenger in the passenger seat, because when I began driving, I felt confident in everything. They told me that I was pretty good at, for having nystagmus. They say a lot of drivers with nystagmus can have some difficulty with steering. And my only difficulty with steering was that sometimes I would swerve a little. So they were like, you have to have somebody in the passenger seat so that you don't swerve off the road, basically, until I could get that under control. I just never really had the opportunity to practice driving enough to be able to, get to that point where I could drive without someone else in the car. I had daytime only driving restriction, which meant I could only drive during the day before the sun went down. They recommended that, but I also personally felt that I could not see enough at night. They did train me for nighttime driving, but I just wasn't able to see. And some people with albinism, their restrictions may be the opposite. Some of them may only be able to drive at night. Some of them can drive day and night. Everybody's vision is different and what they're able to see. I know personally I need a lot of contrast, and bright lights in nighttime bother me a lot. I have astigmatism, so the lights can look like these big giant burst of light. Nighttime driving just wasn't really an option that I was looking into at all. The difference is between the MaxTV glasses and the BiOptic glasses is, like I said, the BiOptics, you'll be able to use your regular vision for most of what you're looking at, and then you will be using the telescope, the scope that's mounted on the glasses, to enlarge things that you're seeing. But you're not looking through the scope at all times, because when you're driving, you're going to need your entire peripheral vision to be able to see what's happening around you. You don't want your entire view to be enlarged, because then you're going to be missing a whole lot of information that's closer to you. If an animal runs across the street or there's someone walking across the street, you don't want to be zoomed into a sign that's so far away. You don't want to be looking that far ahead when there's things happening right in front of you. So I think people misunderstand that a low vision device that makes things bigger is going to have a smaller field of view than your entire visual field. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. And you also want to be able to see things in a realistic perspective, because you want to know how close you are to something. So if you're pulling up to a light and your view makes you appear so much far ahead, or that you're farther away from the intersection than what you see, basically, because you're going to see much closer to it than you are. Okay, so how can I demonstrate this for you guys? So these glasses are going to be able to make everything that you look at much larger and much closer to you than if I had a pair of BiOptics, which would be my regular view and then the scope that I look down into when I want to enlarge something. So with these, if I want to see things in a normal view, I have to take them off. There's like no other way to look around this. So driving with this, first of all, it would be illegal. It would be very dangerous. And, you know, it's blocking my peripheral view. So I can't see anything to my left. I can't see anything to my right. I can only see what's right in front of me, which is the TV screen. And I can't see my hands right here in front of me. I can't see anything, just the TV screen. So driving would be very, very dangerous, because I wouldn't be able to see anything other than what's in the view. When you're driving, you want your hands to be free, because you might have to grab the wheel. So you don't want to be going like this, trying to see what's in front of you and then trying to see something far away at the same time. You need your hands available. People were asking where they can buy it from. You can buy them on Amazon. I'll put the link up for you guys. It'll be in my bio link for you. And you can also buy it on Maxaids.com, which is a website that sells like low vision aids for, you know, people with visual impairments. And let's see, if you guys have any other questions, I'm trying to think, like I had so many questions and I'm trying to cover them all. But if you guys can think of any other questions, please write them in the comments and I will answer them for you. I hope that was helpful. And yeah, if you think that they might help, my suggestion is, if you can get with a low vision doctor, or I think there's like low vision stores where you can go in person to try it out. I would try these out before you buy them, because you may find that they don't work for you. You know, your best option is to try them first. I didn't buy these. These were provided to me by Vocational Rehabilitation. And I had bought a pair of the MaxDetail glasses, which is another pair of glasses that is made by the same brand that makes the MaxTV. The MaxDetail glasses are meant for enlarging things that are closer to you, like short distance magnification. And I needed those. I wanted to use those for enlarging what I'm seeing while I'm doing my nails. I was in nail school and I was having difficulty seeing the small details as I was working on nails. I needed something that was hands-free that would allow me to enlarge things that are close to me. They didn't really work so well for me because I needed a higher magnification than what they provided, which I believe it went up to like 2.5 magnification. But they worked for a friend of mine who has albinism also, so I ended up selling them to her because I couldn't return them and I had spent like $180 on them, or however much they are. You know, and that's the thing where what you need is going to be different than the next person, and what works for them might not work for you. So it's best if you're able to try it out with a low vision specialist to see if it's a good fit for you before you make that investment. That's always a great option. So if you would like more information about the process of becoming a low vision bioptic driver, I recommend that you check out this website. It's called biopticdrivingusa.com. It has a lot of information about just the history of bioptic driving in the US and the states that allow it and don't allow it. You can view a list of the different states to see your state, what the requirements are. All right, y'all, I hope that video was helpful with learning more about the MaxTV glasses and bioptic glasses. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!